good evening, greetings and salutations. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, or whenever you find this. These messages are always timeless, so you're also always welcome to look at previous messages. If they resonate with you, they could be for you. However, just to keep with our spooky month card message extravaganza, today is day 20. Day 20. Two-thirds of the way. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I've really been enjoying doing them. I don't know if it's going to be sustainable for me to do them every day, but I'm definitely going to aim to try to do them every day, or at least 4 or 5 times a week for sure, moving forward. What else to share? Finally made it to my day off. I just got home from work, and worked 7 days in a row this week, so I'm very, very excited for a day off. And I think I have 3 cards for cards readings still outstanding for decks that have come in. So if I owe you one, that'll be coming to you tomorrow. Yeah, should be able to get to them all tomorrow. If you would like to join in, you still have 11 days-ish to book a reading with me through that. There's a post about it, and I'll put the graphic at the end of this video as well. I've gotten some really cool decks. I'm really excited, and I have been recording deck interviews for all of them that I will share with you guys just once I have any kind of time to edit things. I mean, I guess it's good that I'm like storing away some footage to have, but turns out it's the editing process that takes the longest. So anyways, eventually I will be sharing more of those. In the meantime, I can at least share another deck with you guys, because this person has gotten their reading. This is the Wizard of Oz tarot that we're using today. As always, I do a much more thorough cleansing and shuffling off camera. So, if you're ever watching this and you think I don't shuffle enough, I promise I shuffle a lot. So much so that I think it would be boring for you all to watch that. So that's why I don't record it. What message does Spirit have for us tonight? Spirit, what is our merry band of misfits need to hear tonight? Okay, what else? They're new. The finish on them is matte, which I really like once they get broken in, but they can kind of stick together a little bit in the beginning, so to be mindful about choosing the cards. I mean, not that I'm not always mindful, I always am, I promise. There's some kind of ruckus. Okay. I just needed a second to figure out which which cards these are, okay, which suit. Okay, thank you. All right, let's jump in. First we have King of Bricks. Let me see if I can get it. Focus. There we go. King of Bricks, which is the King of Pentacles. Then you got the Three of Bricks. There we go. Sorry, it's hard to see to make it focus when I can't see it. The Eight of Spears. Ten of Spears. And then in the shadow card at the bottom, we have the Ace of Spears, which we've gotten a few of these recently. We got the Ace of Spears last night. I'm open to receiving this abundance. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm open to receiving this abundance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If your palm is itchy, means abundance is prosperity is on its way. So welcome it in to help ease the way to finding me. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to receive. Okay. Both this message and the abundance. Just figuring out where to start. Okay, so it's been coming up a few times recently that there's kind of something big blooming. For some people, it's an event. For some people, it's a conversation. For other of you, I think there's it's like a moment with yourself. So this could be either like I'm starting a new habit, or like quitting smoking, or whatever it is. That's might be random, but they're showing me like three separate sort of parts to our collective, where those of you watching kind of fit into these sort of versions of this message. Okay, so that is so helpful, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so King of Pentacles is a great card. This is Pentacles, Bricks. Pentacles is the suit that represents our abundance. It represents, I like to say, it's things that we value. So both financial resources, but other things. And then also this suit represents our family life, our stability, our structure, our friends. So yeah, so in my mind, things that we value. And so like getting to this is the most evolved expression in the suit, right? The king is the highest card, the ace is the beginning, and the king is the highest card. And these energies are always about being evolved and balanced. And in this case, because this suit represents the element of earth, then in this case, sorry, it's a weird noise. Hold, please. That was weird. The world. What are you gonna do? Keep going. All right, so this is the energy we're kind of aiming for, right? We want to be grounded and balanced and fulfilled and stable and secure and prosperous. And this card also represents like harmony. It's like having all of the best of the material world. So fantastic, right? But if you'll notice, look, this card is still in the sepia tones. So it's like, this is not here yet. This is where you're going. This is where you're headed. But it's not the active energy right now. These cards are all in color, see? So this is what you're dealing with right now. This is what you're building towards, or what you're working towards, or what's coming. The eight of spears and the 10 of spears. This is what you're dealing with right now. So 10 of spears is 10 of swords. And that card, friends, is the surrender card. It's, they have 10 swords in them, but it's kind of like stick a fork in me, I'm done energy. It can be, in a lot of ways, it can feel very heavy. Usually this time is marked by anxiety, or feeling like burdened, overwhelmed. Swords is the suit that deals with our mind, so how we're doing mentally. So clarity, it's communication, it's how you are receiving information, and also how you're sharing. So it can be, it's like mental noise, a lot of mental noise going on. So that is the different, like whatever that thing is for you that represents the 10 of swords, that's what they were saying is the different categories. So for some of you, it might be like a conversation you need to have with somebody, or a boss, or a romantic partner, or something that you have been avoiding or putting off. For other people, it could be like an event. What comes to mind, I have a friend like having a procedure, like a really big deal procedure later this week. And so, in fact, in retrospect, I think one of the messages that came through the other night might have been for him about how there's like nothing you can do about the actual event, just the time leading up to and after. And this feels kind of like that. So, but Spirit's being really clear to be like, but there are definitely several of you in the details of how this manifests is different for everybody, right? So for like him, having a procedure. For other people, it's like, well, I might need to have a conversation with my boss or my partner. Or the third, I really need to have this, set this boundary with myself. I really need to start doing this for myself. So they're re-emphasizing that part is important. Like somebody was about to disregard this and be like, oh, this isn't for me. And they're like, no, it's also for you. So they gotta be like, no, jump in. Okay, back to, this is the energy you're living in right now, this 10 of swords. It just feels like so fucking much. The good news is, though, that the 10 is the end of the circle, right? So numerology, 1 to 10 or 1 to 0. And so this is the end, meaning this is coming to an end. You're not gonna feel like this much longer, because the circumstances that have you feeling this way are going to be over. You're closing that cycle, you're going to be starting a new cycle. As indicated here on the bottom, new cycle, the ace of spears or swords, the breakthrough moment, the moment of clarity that's coming. And I think we got that card either last night or the night before. And the 8 of spears is to remind you that you're not actually stuck. you can't see the way out. Like you don't you don't know what to do. Like you're not sure what action to take or which direction to go. But that's not the same thing as actually being trapped. That is it's like paralysis, but you're doing it to yourself, and you can get yourself out by just trusting your intuition. I always think this card is so interesting because this suit is about our minds and how we think and how we use that information. But this card, even though it is in the suit of swords, this card is to remind us that sometimes you have to get out of your head and you have to listen to your gut and you have to trust your intuition and toss the logic out the window. So that's the advice right now, is saying you're not going to be able to figure this out. The big picture of how you want to resolve this or where you want to go, it's like you just can't get there from there, like you can't get there from here. And so instead of trying to make these big leaps, stop trying to solve like the overall problem, they're saying, and just go with like the next thing that feels right. What's your intuition telling you to do? It's probably a small step. It's probably almost for sure a small step. Because that's how the universe works. Because we as humans are actually pretty fucking resistant to change. Reaching over here. Even though the ADHD part of my chemistry craves spontaneity and needs to change things up, the autistic part of me is very resistant to that and likes routine. So you know, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. But sometimes you just need to be able to like get out of your rut and trust your intuition and take a small step, because that's how we're actually able to make and hold on to change. Big steps very rarely work out smoothly. So lots of little steps will get you where you want to go. For those of you old enough to get the reference, what about Bob? Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps to the door, baby steps down the driveway, baby steps to the corner. What about Bob is the perfect analogy here. Okay. 3 of bricks. Lastly, this is my, with a little help from my friends card. So really important for you to lean on your friends right now, and to actually let them be there for you and to actually let them help you stop being so resistant. I know you're used to being the strong friend, but even the strong friends need friends and support. And again, just speaking from personal experience, it turns out historically I have not been very great about letting people really support me or help me. Even though I wouldn't have said that. I would have told you that, like, no, like, I totally lean on my friends. But I don't think I really did much. I much prefer to be the friend that people can lean on. And so I'm learning to let my friends help me some more. And that is something that can be very helpful for you. So yeah, lean on your community right now. It's really going to help you. Okay. One last one. This is why I love to pull one last card. They never disappoint. Love you, Spirit. We got the Magician. The Magician. You have everything you need already. You have everything you need already. You have all the tools in your toolbox. You have everything at your disposal. The Magician holds all 4 elements of the minor arcana cards. They have all of the building blocks of all of the tools that they need already within them to accomplish whatever they want, to go wherever they want, to be whoever they want. And that's you. That's you. You're the magician. And you got it. You're going to get through this time. This isn't going to last much longer. And then this version of you is going to come into color. You're right on the verge of a breakthrough. Yeah. All right. Oh my goodness. Whatever. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit, for sharing these detailed messages with us. I'm working on reframing. I don't know why I have been apologizing so much for when these messages run kind of long. Like they just are. None of my readings have been short. I've been doing this for a very long time, but professionally for 4 years now, and that just never short. And I don't know why all this time I've just been hung up on feeling like I needed to apologize for that. Probably because hashtag fuck capitalism, you know, and their stupid algorithm bullshit nonsense. But clearly we don't follow those things here. So if you made it this far, thanks so much. Thanks for sticking around. I don't know. If these messages help you, please feel free to share how in the comments. Please feel free to share with other people. I don't know. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.